Guess what? Pfizer's down 2%. And it's probably because a top lawyer has declared that COVID vaccines are weapons of mass destruction.
One that should be on the front cover of every single news outlet in the world. The COVID injections have been hit by a new bombshell, with the top law professor labeling them as weapons of mass destruction. Dr. Francis Boyle, a Harvard-trained professor and the architect of the 1989 Biological Weapons Anti-Terrorism Act, which was unanimously approved by both House of the U.S. Congress and signed into law by President Bush, has issued an affidavit declaring COVID-19 mRNA injections as biological weapons and weapons of mass destruction. This was first reported by Dr. Joseph Sansone. Dr. Boyle's affidavit, which was submitted as part of an emergency petition for a writ of mandamus in Florida, argues that the distribution of COVID-19 injections violates several statutes, including the U.S. Code on Biological Weapons and Florida's statutes on weapons and firearms. This petition, aimed squarely at Governor Ron DeSantis and Attorney General Ashley Moody, calls for an immediate halt to the distribution of these injections in Florida and demands the confiscation of existing vaccine supplies. According to Dr. Sansone, the original emergency petition for a writ of mandamus was filed on March 3, 2024 in the Florida Supreme Court. It was later transferred to the Circuit Court in Leon County on March 20th, and after the Circuit Court dismissed the case on April 9th, it moved to the Appellate Court. The appellate brief was filed on Memorial Day, May 27, 2024. Dr. Boyle, one of the world's leading legal experts on biological weapons, has added considerable weight to the case with his affidavit. The case already boasts a substantial body of evidence provided in the writ of mandamus, including affidavits from both med-legal advisor and biotech analyst Karen Kingston and Dr. Anna Mahaicha. According to Dr. Sansone, the pleadings claim that the distribution of these injections violates several laws, including, and we'll just read you the highlights, biological weapons laws, federal crime of treason, domestic terrorism, murder and genocide, Florida Drugs and Cosmetic Act, fraud, accessory after the fact, and Florida medical consent law. Dr.